this is Nick Garner for Sports Talk for Kids, and I'm here live on the beautiful campus of Cal State Fullerton for the Kathleen E. Faley Memorial Special Games. These games were started in 1986 by Danny Faley as a special day for developmentally disabled students. As students arrived, they passed through a gauntlet of cheering spectators and volunteers. "17 different high schools and middle schools volunteered to help run the events. Every disabled student was paired up with at least one personal volunteer. The volunteers outnumbered the participants 2-1. In 1987, Faley's sister Kathleen died in a car accident. The following year, the games were named after her as a memorial. The Kathleen E. Faley Memorial Games have grown over the past 27 years to now include over 2,500 athletes. The kids can take part in all kinds of events, from baseball to hula hooping. Local high schools like Servite, Rosary, and Fullerton spent their school day helping less fortunate kids and learning lifelong lessons. The whole community chips in to make this day special for the kids. The pet prescription therapy dogs were on hand to put a smile on every kid's face. After a morning of games, everyone enjoys a tasty lunch. I'm here with one of the founders of the Faley Games, Jack Faley. What do these games mean to your family?
Everything. And I mean by everything is that the most important part of this entire event are the happy faces we see on all these disabled kids. 80% of the disabled kids who come here, there's about 3,000 today, cannot compete in the Special Olympics. That's why this is so special. So we are a special niche, but we're very grassroots. This is our 27th year. We started out with 90 kids from Hope School in Anaheim to prove out this concept that was developed by 3 students from Cal State Fullerton in communication class, one of them being my son Dan Faley. Well, in 1987, and the catalyst behind doing that was Kathy Faley. She said, do it and see if it'll work. You know how life is? If you're going to make an idea on something and you're going to say, we ought to do this, well, be prepared to volunteer to do it. Kathy was that way. She was a catalyst. She made things happen. And when she made things happen, here we are today, and she's up there saying, hey, Dad, get busy, do something. I just turned 80 years old, you know, and I'm still going. 1987, in May, she was killed in a car accident with her fiance. That Thanksgiving Day of 1987, son Dan said, hey, you know, we ought to do it one time in Kathy's memory. We put Kathy's name on it. 350 disabled kids. And the next thing you know, what came down was every time was one more year. And this is year number 25 in Kathy's memory. Can you believe that?
It's incredible.
It's just, you know, and it shows you what happens. And I have 16 grandchildren, and I have 8 children, 1 in heaven. They are all here today, and they're all wrapped up in these kids. And without the volunteers, and all these kids come from all these various schools, you know, and it's all for the kids. If I go out and tell the story about the kids, people think, wow, they want to become part of it. And that's what Kathy does up there. She makes me do that. Yeah. I have to keep talking about the kids. And it works. People want to get involved with these kids. Have you walked around today? Have you talked to some of the kids?
Yeah.
Have you spent any time? You're supposed to ask the questions. Now I'm asking the questions, right?
Yeah, we were working on the obstacle course.
Oh, you were? Good, good. And you saw, right?
Yeah.
And did you fall in love with these kids?
Yep.
Good. But anyway, this is super. And these kids go home and they write letters sometimes telling me what they have learned about life and how important it is to be involved helping somebody else instead of spending your whole life just worrying about self. Okay? So that's what's so great about the games.
Well, thank you so much. That was great. Faley's mission was to create a special day for special athletes. Mission accomplished. From an inspirational day on the campus of Cal State Fullerton at the Kathleen E. Faley Special Games, this is Nick Garner for Sports Talk for Kids. Hey kids, let's talk sports.
Not going to ask another question, are
Well,
you?
you answered everything. Thank you.
That's good.